All right, folks, a very good day to each and every one of you. Welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt. Who vex lose, who vex vex. It's good to have you join us, folks. I feel as though we just left the morning show, and here we are again. Shelley Alicock, Jenny's Booker. Good to have you. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you, folks, with us. Good to have you, Yonet Etwa. Good to have you here. All the other folks joining us, it's your day today. I want to hear from you. And don't waste no time. Send us those voice notes. Rock and come in. We love the voice notes as against the direct calls. It helps us to be more efficient with the management and use of our time. Good to have you, folks. Ethelyn Peters. We see you. Debbie Hohenkirk. We see you. Lena Jacobs says, Apnu. Vote Apnu all the way. Lena Jacobs. I see we got, is it this DJ Cello, DJ Calo, Cello Calo? Invitation Sound. Good to have you, Peggy Elias. Rhonda Gordon is here. Dorrit David, DD. Dorrit David. Good to have you. Folks, we want to hear from you. Don't waste no time. I want to hear your voice. I want to stop talking today, and I want you guys to be heard. So rock and come in. Where are you joining us from? Rock and come in. We on the live, folks. It's Friday. It's Talkback Friday. It's Open Mic Friday. I want to hear from you. Wherever you're joining us from today, don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Make sure you turn us down to when you're doing your recording. Turn we down. Turn we down. Right? Turn we down when you're doing your recording. Right? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. All you wonderful folks joining us from all over the world. From all over the world. Good to have each and every one of you. Good to see you folks. Where's William? Where is Marilyn? Where are the Marilyns? Guys, we're happy that you folks are here. Siri, please stop. Siri, please quit.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Your history here. Your history here. Good to see you folks. Siri getting a little excited. Good to have each and every one of you on the live. I see we have Altio Wade has joined us. Joining us from Hope Town. Joining us from Hope Town. Yep. Siobhan McDonald is here with us. Audrey Brown. I see we have Audrey Milo as well. Has all the Audreys come out today? All the Audreys. Folks, here's our number, 627-6963. I want to hear from you. The joint services are voting today. The joint services are voting today, good folks. Believe it or not. And we know they're going to do the right thing. We just know. We know they can do the right thing. Okay, joint services. Okie dokes. Okie dokes. Yeah. You know the folks can do the right thing. We know the folks can do the right thing. Apparently, some people get a 10,000 a box of cook up. And they've been instructed, they got to make sure you put your X the right place. So they gone to posting their ballot on social media. Good for y'all. Good for y'all if you've been coerced in that way. Good for y'all. Sang a policeman, one Jerwin got his stuff up on social media where he put his X. Good for you. Good for you. Talk some more about he later on in the program. Folks, we want to hear from you. No direct calls. Send us your WhatsApp voice note, 627-6963. 627-6963. Right, we see Valdine, Leslyn, Yvonne, Dawn. Dawn says, my ex and Abdu. Good to have you, Franklin, Boston. Franklin says, vote Apno. Yep. David Amsterdam. Savita Richards, Don Baines, good to see you folks on the live today. How are you folks feeling? It's been a bleaky morning here in the national capital city where we broadcast from. It's been that kind of a bleaky morning. Had some drizzles here and there. The drizzles here and there. They're telling us via weather.com that it's 29 degrees outside. They're telling us it feels like 33. 29 degrees outside, feeling like 33. And there's a 33% chance it's going to rain as well. Walk with your umbrella. You're coming or you're going, you're in between places. Walk with your umbrella. For your own good. Folks, we're happy that you all are here with us today. Looking forward to those voice notes. What's happening outside where you folks are? We've had Hillfoot. We've had that protest there, those houses being demolished at Hillfoot. Want to hear from you. We've had the Karasabai dormitory fire. Just on the heels of the Mahdia Secondary School girls' dormitory. Right, so we got all of that to deal with. And let me give you the specific information. Because the Karasabai dorm fire, I think it's the this is the St. James. Let me get the school correct. Credible, valid information, folks. LEG 2023 is on the way. The joint services are voting. Folks, that's happening now. The St. Angela's Girls Hostel building. That's the precise location. The St. Angela's Girls Hostel building. Karasabai Village in Region 9. Is it 4 persons have confessed to setting fire to the building there? That's what they're telling us. 4 persons confessed to setting fire to the building. And Nelson, Bantu King, Denise, October, Edward Brooms. Folks, we got it. The time is going. We want to utilize the time well. Right? You know, I see David Amsterdam says the AFC is dead. Right? Apnew dead, but yet you're here. Go with the live people then, man. Why you come listening to dead people? You come listening to a requiem. Why is that, David? Go with the live people then. But you all like to be here with us, huh? Like to be here with us. Like to be here with us. You're like we, but every day coming by. Apologies there. You don't like us, but every day you're coming by. So we all know you're able. Folks, keep those voice notes coming. Let's get into some of that. Let's get into some of that. We could need a drum roll or something. Folks, again, if you're now tuning in, welcome to our broadcast. We below the belt, folks. We below the belt. Welcome. Below the belt. That's where we're at today. We below the belt, good folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by, each and every one of you who are with us. Let me hear the folks sing out there. All right, folks, do let us know if you heard our first contributor there. Do let us know if you heard our first contributor there. We want to be heard. We're hearing clearly at our end. Just want to make sure you heard that. That's our first contributor for today. We see you. All right. The folks didn't hear that. All right. Folks, I didn't hear a thing. So they didn't hear a thing. All right, folks, we're happy that you guys are there. Folks, I didn't hear a thing. We have a second go at that. Let us know. Let me know.
Hi, good afternoon, Sherrod. Keep up the good work. I'm just listening to your program. Good afternoon to Guyana, below the belt in the ring crew. Thank you.
All right. The folks are saying yes. They heard that clear. All right. All right. All right. We're on the right path then. We're on the right path. That was our first contributor, Chiral. Chiral, our first contributor. Thanks for coming through there. Paul Kush, we see you. And Paris, we see you there. Suzette, Shavaza, we see you as well. We're off, folks. We had our first contributor. We want to hear from you guys. Send through those VNs, the voice note via WhatsApp 627 696963. 627 6963. Good to have you folks out there, wherever you're joining us from. Right? Wherever you're joining us from. Rock and come in. We're getting ourselves queued up at this end. Getting ourselves queued up at this end, good folks. Simply a privilege to have all of you here. Getting ourselves queued up.
Good afternoon, MP Duncan. Good afternoon to the viewers and listeners. This is the Bantu King. And my question for today is, with all the lawlessness in the country, and everyone is being affected by this madness, from the rich right down to the poor, especially the poor, because it seems as though at least 60 to 70% of the country is living in poverty. And the ones that are in poverty added to another 20% suffering from stress, oppression, and then you got the other 20%. There is the top core. They enjoying the money, but at the same time, they're living in fear. So everybody got security, personal security, the security themselves living in fear.
Mm-hmm.
And in many circles on social media, a lot of people are asking, what is the opposition doing? And I see the opposition doing work, and hey, there's always more that could be done. But the biggest question is, what are the people doing with all that they're going through? Don't they feel that it's time that they raise their voices collectively and shut the country down? You know, Everybody need to come out in protest. School teachers, the unions need to organize the people out and get out there. Everybody just kick back, waiting and hoping that something different could happen. You know, everybody waiting, asking about what the international community gonna do. They're not gonna do anything. They're the ones that install these folks, and they install them for good reasons. It's to create the same chaos that is going on right now. Because what it does, while everybody else is being distracted, they're implementing policies that go in their favor, like with the whole Exxon fiasco that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct.
We need to get a grip of ourselves and understand what globalization is all about and the things that the people need to be doing to bring about the changes for betterment and put ourselves on a different plateau.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed, Bantu.
We can't continue like this.
Agreed.
You know, this government is just running a system whereby they oppress you, you get depressed, you get stressed, and when they see you on your knees, then they come to you and say, listen, here what's gonna happen. I'll give you $100, which is about 20,000 Guyana dollar. I give you $100 and you stay quiet and vote for me. And all they did for you at the time is just give you a plate of food for maybe a day or two. What about your future? What about the kids' future? What is the future of the country? The only culture we present to the world coming from Guyana is corruption and lawlessness. We got to change. That's all I got to say today.
Thanks, Bantu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rock and come in.
Sherrod, I got vote good because if them vote good this trip, then we got to go pick up papers again on the street, the army. You know, these man getting for pick up paper. Doesn't that them work? You know, the general got the people then going to pick up paper. You got to stand foot strong, man. And get them things to let us send for the border. Or get them a thing, let them build up a school. Or do something else. Not picking up paper. Doesn't that they work? When they pick up paper, how city council get paid? How the rest of people them get paid who doing that?
Yeah, yeah.
They can't pick up paper, them is soldier. They got to pick up paper in the compound, keep the compound clean. And keep the self clean and keep the self stand form. So if anything, they're always ready for go do a thing if anything come the way. But not for going and pick up paper, Sherrod. That's wrong. And the president can't pick in them man like down, sending them for clean. Doesn't that them work? President gave the council the money, the council and get the thing done. Simple like that.
Simple like that. Sherwin says vote right. Sherwin says vote right. Rock and come in, Marlin.
Yeah, sure. I get put off just now. Anyways, I hope this joint services go there and vote PNC up no. Um, but there is so much being going on that like I can't catch myself yet.
It's Stewie.
I'm catching it.
Stewie.
Because it's too much excitement going on in Guyana. And I hope that the young people and Guyanese people will wake up and see what is going on around them and go and vote the 12th of June and ensure that the vote at no PNC get rid of the PPP. Because if they only allow the PPP to take over, can't eat the dinner. Anyways, you see them fires? I don't know, like PPP come with a special job. Their job is to kill, murder, cause mayhem, and create havoc in the country. And what they are looking for, apparently they're not getting it, and they're trying on all, in far as I'm concerned, to cause a civil unrest. And Guyanese people gotta be wise and do what is right. Now, this foolishness that they did at Hillfoot, I am so upset that I ain't got words to explain how upset I am upset. Honestly, how could you do people these sort of things? Eh?
Yep,
And
yep.
then Ballarat Jagir was saying it's a private matter. So if it's a private matter, what is the police doing there? I was watching that thing from the time it started when the police shooting at people and the woman running. How could you? And then yesterday the same ignorance again, they're shooting at people again and beating people. What is wrong with these people? Sharon, I'm so frustrated and fed up and sick to my stomach. I watched that thing yesterday, like when I look at the Mocha Arcade, ignorance really going on, and tears run out of my eyes. I'm so hurt, Sharon. I'm hurt. And Guyanese peoples, let us wake up. They better go out there and vote right. They better vote PPP. And you see the $40,000 that they cost me for bribe people with. That I don't feel people stupid. People already get the picture of what they do with that $40,000. And then they're so disrespectful to the teachers that they pay the last time the money paid, all they paid the teachers to share that money was $2,000. How disrespectful of the ministry. Eh? This is what you work guys for. And they don't be looking for it syndrome. That's what they're creating. But look, Cheryl, I don't know. I just don't know what more to say. I'm so fed up. Anyway, Cheryl, later. Because there's so much that I want to say that I'm so frustrated that I just can't say it.
Talk the
Because I just
things.
want to cuss up.
Yep.
But I hope Guyanese people get rid of the police. We need to get rid of them. Now, what is the Human Rights Association doing? Now, all these ignorance going on and all these fire going on, and they're blaming the fire on this girl. Why are you blaming the fire on the child? Look at the root causes. Let Darren Lal and all of them get into the ministries and sort out what is going on. How could you govern people, your children, in a dorm with grills all over it? What nonsense is that? What are they trying to hide? And then we got harassed by fire. What's going on? Anyways, they have two schools in London that is closed right about now until further notice. The vocational school and the multi school. If you see the madness going on in them schools, I send some videos to you. I hope you look at them because I hear you say nothing about them yet on the news. Anyway, later, and you have a blessed weekend.
Thanks, Marlon. We're going to circle back to that. Lyndon. Thanks, Marlon. Rock and come in. Lyndon.
Hi, Sharada. Good afternoon to you and your viewers.
Good
Um,
afternoon.
I just want to know, I just want to find out something as a Guyanese, I want to really know what the
Want to know, folks, sorry we can't take your calls directly.
opposition really doing with all these atrocities. I don't like the president, no, can't pronounce the word properly. Yeah, what the opposition doing with all of these problems that occurring so often back to back in Guyana. I mean, come on. This morning I was listening to Kadaki Amsterdam morning show, Oxford morning time,
Mhm.
and I was here Kadaki talking about some members of the opposition, uh, and the breaking up of the opposition, you know. So with Amanzo Warthan Desir,
Mhm.
hope I get her name right.
Correct.
I see her as our future president. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
I wouldn't like. She might be a just come around, but I've seen that talent in her, really and truly. Um, I see her as the next president of Guyana. But you gotta go be ladder, you gotta creep before you walk.
I hear you. I hear you there.
You gotta start from below, man. I feel if she was hanging there and put in the works, I feel she will get there. And I don't know, man. I think the opposition need to do more in terms of being effective in terms of these atrocities that this installed regime putting on our people. And I wouldn't even say black people. I want to say poor people, whether Indian or black. I like poor, the poor class of people is they feeling the brunt of this terrorist regime, bro. You understand? So I don't know what y'all doing, man. I need to know more what y'all doing. Nah, man, relax, man. I mean, relax. I got this. I got this.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right. All right. We got some other stuff to get through, folks. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through, good folks. Folks, we apologize. We can't take any calls directly. Send us a VN 627-6963. We on WhatsApp. Send us a voice note. A voice note. Send us 627-6963. Do that for us, good people. 627-6963. 627-6963. All right, good folks. Let's see if we can take some more of your contributions.
Gerard, good afternoon.
Greetings.
I tell you about this toilet by Lillian Dali. The people kick out the door. It ain't got no door. The toilet bowl full up with mess. It ain't even flushing and nothing. These people just wasting taxpayers' money. Same thing at Bethope. They do the same thing, say about the billion for fisher folk. These people are accustomed to hang their ass overboard. I know they're wasting taxpayers' money for do. Since 2006, the people, when they had a fire at the dam, the recommendations showing that they're supposed to get fire prevention. These people are not accustomed to these things. Up to this age, we ain't got fire alarm at no dam and none of them government building. This joke, you get what?
All right, we hear you there, my brother. We hear you there. Shoddy work. Shoddy work all around. Shoddy, very shoddy work. All around, all quarters. Shoddy, shoddy, shoddy work. All right, we're gonna have some more of those contributions for you in just a sec, good folks. In just a sec, we're gonna have some of those contributions for you. Shoddy work, that's why my brother's saying. All around, very, very shoddy work.
A very blessed good day to you, Mr. Duncan,
Good
and the
day
rest
to
of the
you
guy in this
too.
nation. Mr.
Gladwin, good
Duncan,
day
to
to
be
you.
honest with you and to be sincere to the guy in this nation. You know, really, what really amazes me to see how some of these people call themselves intellectual, who got this degree and who's doctors and all this kind of thing, be even worse than the patients them. Mr. Duncan is amazing. These people call themselves leaders. Some of them were really trying to lead people is to Lucifer, to the kingdom of darkness. It's amazing when you look and see what really happened with this government. How Mr. Jack Dogan pull out himself and say it's a private matter upon the suicide in highway. When the thing happened up below, on the East Coast the other day, why this says a private matter that also? When people are protesting for their livelihood, for their family, this, Mr. Let me tell you to be honest. And I'm sending a message directly to the Guyana Police Force and the president them. I am trusting God. I am asking God for don't let me experience nothing like what these people are experiencing in Moko and up the highway and this kind of, because honest to God above, I don't know how I would able to control myself because Mr. Duncan, I don't pray when it comes on life limbs, but God bless me with it. I don't pray when it comes on my family. And I cannot stand up to see my family home and shelter be violated and I can't move. So I am asking the president, I am asking the PPP government, the minister, them, do something, stop this nonsense. And Guyanese, when the wicked rule, the citizen will always mourn because they will lose limbs, they will lose their life, they will lose their freedom. Y'all understand how to vote, when to vote, where to vote, and where to put your Alex. Have a blessed day. It is overbearing. Too much of blood on this road, too much of blood in the sea, too much of blood is shedding in this country. With this small population, have a blessed day, Guyanese. Have a blessed day. We got to stand up and fight against these demonic work and these evil and evildoers. Have a blessed day. If we don't do it, we all gonna perish.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. James, rock and come in. James, James, James.
Hey, good afternoon,
Good
Sarah.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
I am voice noting from Essequibo. I have a
Mm-hmm.
few issues. One is with the clarification of the escapee that escaped. First of all, I don't think that was an escape. I think that was well planned out. And due to the fact we can't get the information where he was intercepted, we can't see no proper proof, and we know that the PPP is good for propaganda. I am not telling the Guyanese people to put their head on a block on that one, and to the pushing down of the people house and the police officer that was commander there. It is the commander there. I cannot believe that that is the example that he's setting for the junior rank to speak to the commanding officers like that. It's like he's taking control of the commanding officer that he's reporting there to. And then we all know that as long you don't have to know the work to be in the position that you are, you just have to be friends with the PPP and they have your back to do whatever wrongdoing they have. The next one that I have, Sharon, is that um it was the same thing that David Arthur Ranger was explaining. Instead of giving the people a 1 month bonus, why you don't raise the threshold and put on more money on the people money that they can be able to carry home. For example, a corporal is trying 122,000. He's only taking home 105,000. The PAYE jumped from 5,000 straight to $11,217. Sherrod, what I am trying to say is that this they will give you the one off, and after the one off, they will give you some money. When you think the big announcement that the government had, that when he do some announcement, he gonna shake some heel, Sherrod. When they done tax back out all the money, you only carry home $5,000. And that is a big announcement, fastest growing economy. And every year you got to raise for $5,000 more on your salary.
Yeah.
I would not even advise a young person to join the police force right now. Because we see what the PPP is doing. They are using the force to do their dirty work. And the barjack, do you think that people in know what going on when he send he done arrange if the government go and do it, the government done taking lash already. All crowd and head from the people. If a private man could do it, they will let he do it and withdraw themselves from it and saying that they don't have no thing to do with private that is a that is not no private business. Behind the scene, Jack D already did what he did and done arrange with that man to do that, and he just want to stay out. If you are staying out, what police is doing there? What police is doing it, and you say you're not a part? So that means who send the police there? Who authorized them to go there? Under who instruction? That means all the police that is there and under the instruction, whoever they go at, supposed to be held accountable. But we know this guy now, we in a wild, wild west. We are in a wild, wild west with the Jagabad, the Scrappos, the Hippocytes, the Pharisees, and the Philistines. Them. We all know them. But I have one message to Guyana. Come 12 of this month, we know what to do. We know where to put our eggs. Let's get these hyenas out to the place.
All right, we hear
My
you.
friend, let me go study what going on when I get back in the office. It is not a study. It is done, planned out. This thing is to distract. They realize that they're getting lash along their head from the local government election. So they're trying to start this fire to distract Mr. Norton and his team. But if they notice Mr. Norton have people on the ground that is attending to it, and he is attending to his business, but they want to dry you out. But they can't dry you out. They can't dry you out. That happen when people with integrity on the ground, and when you just get in somebody for just put you on the ground and tell you what to do. It's like I know a map and you claim you know the map. And when I put you could talk about the map, but you can't demonstrate if I put you on the ground to carry out the activity of the map. It's like a tacker to a doer. You like tack things, but you can't do it. And Mr. Norton is a man does do things and say things. Apparently, like the PvP, they only just tack things. They don't do nothing.
Arthur, brother, thank you so much for that contribution.
Good day, Sharad.
Greetings, William.
Yesterday morning, I woke up with the sad tale of the burning down of that dorm at Karasabai.
Mm-hmm.
The very first thought that came to mind was that the PPP is at it again. Uh, they do not want to spend any money in supporting the Amerindian kids. So they're going to burn down these hostels. So they don't have to finance these things anymore. The less they have to take care of, the more money for them. Then I was watching it, that commander with the Hillfoot issue and calling the demonstrators thugs. The first thing that came to mind when I saw that, it was a dog whistle to shoot and kill people.
All right.
Because when you look at
All right.
how he was talking to his superior over the radio, it seems as if he was getting instructions from somewhere else other than his commander. It seems as if the commander probably wasn't um, appreciative of what he was doing. So he was getting political advice somewhere else. The next issue that I have, since last week, even before any one of those students any one of those girls that was burnt up was buried, the first thought came to mind: how are they going to do an identification on these bodies? I decided to do a little research. I went back to look at how the identification of bodies were done with the World Trade Center. I'm no DNA expert or scientist, but I went back to look and see how or what DNA was done. It took they did several types of DNA testing, and it just didn't take a few hours or a few days. It took weeks before they can finally hand over a body, because when they do that, they are absolutely certain that the body they're handing over is the correct one. There is also a bone fragment that was found on a roof years after the World Trade Center, and DNA testing was done on that bone fragment, and it was found that it represented one of the persons who was not identified. But the point is, DNA testing is not something that is done in a jiffy. It takes a long time before you can get the results. My whole take on this issue is that the PPP was so anxious to get those girls out of the way. They didn't want to spend any money to have the body sent overseas to be certain. They just want to get these bodies out of the way and move on to the next project. I am absolutely certain that some of the bodies that was buried was handed over to the wrong family.
Mm-hmm. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Yep, yep, yep. Oh boy. People know what's happening out here. People know what's happening out here. People in fools, we big. We big. We big, but we got sense. We big and we got sense. We big and we got sense. Rock and come in and
Sharad, good day.
Greetings.
I'm listening to your program all the time, and
Thanks for the
I
support.
want to voice my opinion. I think it's time, Guyanese, we Guyanese stop the talking and get radical and get out on the street. Get out on the street. Shut down the confounded country. You hear? Shut it down. These people are nothing more but a bundle of parasites. In Guyana, they're cursed. How long will it take Guyanese to find out, figure out, and see that these people are cursed? They have a curse upon them. They do not believe in God. They are not believers in the Lord Jesus Christ. And that is why our country has a blanket, a dark cloud over it, and all the corruption, the lawlessness, and madness is taking place in our nation. Eh? Why people are acting as if they're blind? Why are we acting as if we're blind? We cannot see what is happening. And then we are still going and cast our ballot for these uncircumcised Philistines. Eh? But God is raising a David. For every Goliath, there is a David. And for every Philistine, there's a Samson with the jawbone of an ass. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, sister. Amen. Can add anything to that? Amen. Amen. Marlene, rock and come in. Amen.
Good afternoon, Sharon and listeners. One of my first issues today is that since last night I was reflecting on the warning made by Mr. Ogunse that was then locked up and all of that. I truly hope that today the members of the armed forces will remember his warning, his caution that they must not turn their guns on Black people, or in this case, I would say the citizenry. What we saw yesterday on the highway and the day before is a clear indication of the disrespect that the Guyana Police Force has for the members of the public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not going to say all of them, but from what we are seeing, it's highly likely that a lot of them hold the same frame of mind like that of the commander, Mahendra, whatever his name is. And then I want to look deeper into that, Sherrod, because what he did was to profile people. He profiled the citizens of this country, right? And I don't understand that. How he get to describing these people as thugs. Because as far as I'm concerned, those people were frustrated. They were reacting to the treatment that had been meted out to them before. No wonder anyone from the public trusts policemen. For me, I always look at a statement, right, or a confession a second and a third time, because the members of the Guyana Police Force have been known to change their story, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be looking again for the amount of lies they will tell with every story. The Guyana Police Force is in a serious place, and I don't think any Guyanese should be laughing at this point. Guyanese should be real serious at this point, because today it might be one person, tomorrow it might be you. They cannot be trusted. That's the level of low that they have allowed themselves to go to. As far as I'm concerned, respect, much less for members of the public. Then thirdly, I'd like to say that I am not seeing any follow-up on the fires of those 20 children. I'm not seeing anything about it. I haven't seen any indication that the Guyana Fire Service has begun to re-examine their strategy when it comes to public safety in terms of fires and how they can prevent such things. In fact, what I've seen is more fires. And I want to know when the Guyanese people will get up and get serious. So now we have fires, accidents, murders, domestic violence, and the list is piling up. And Guyanese people still going to stink and dirty and all of that. Have a good day. Really, Sherrod, I don't want to double dip on
Go right ahead, Martin. Go right ahead.
On the health situation, but from what we're seeing, they aren't doing any better either. The health situation is in a mess, and people still laughing. This is not a joke. This is serious things.
Yep.
This program fire in the presence of me. Most of them are nothing but thugs. Let me make it very clear. If and when you hear that give the instruction to go into action, don't ask me why.
I heard you call them thugs on your radio set. Why would you do that? You call them thugs. Yes, you said I have you on record saying that they're not. Okay.
Maybe you heard someone say so because
No, I heard you. No. I heard you say they're nothing but thugs.
This thing is quoting someone like Mahinder Singh exactly.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, I'm looking for to a Guyanese citizen as a thug. Listen to me carefully.
Listen.
Quote me on that.
No. Hold on, sir. But you said just now that they are nothing but thugs. In your own words.
Most of them are nothing but thugs. Let me make it very clear. If and when you hear that give the instruction to go into action, don't ask me why.
Yep. That's part of what Marlon was referring to. That is part of what Marlon was referring to. Yep. Sad to see what we've been reduced to. Very sad to see what we've been reduced to. Lies, and more lies. Very sad to see what we come down to. My God. Father, have his mercies on us. We have some other contributions lined up, coming your way, folks. Lined up and coming your way. Some other contributors.
Good afternoon, Sherrod.
Greetings.
And all listeners. This is my opinion. I hate when persons asking what the opposition is doing. You're on one social media platform. You need to be on FYI, below the belt, in the ring, and you're going to see what the opposition doing. And you of yourself start with your house, start with your neighbor, start moving around in your streets and sensitizing people. You do something, and it will catch on. Thank you.
Could I pin that one? Could I pin that comment? Folks? Could I pin it? I'd love to pin it.
Sherrod, good afternoon, Sherrod. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, all the listeners. Sherrod, I don't know if you know or if you realize that 75% of the people living in Guyana, they don't know their rights. Really, they don't know their constitutional rights. And what really happened, all we know about, we just go and vote. We vote for we party. If they lose, we sit down and we wait next 5 years. We tell ourselves what comes to do or what too much go run over, and we wait. But for these people who you see crossing over, I want them to know that to go over is no problem. But when you cross over, I want you to realize that you're just living under dictatorship, because what this current government tell you to do, you have to do. And if you don't do it, you cannot eat, you're going to lose your job, and all of those things. That is the...
Yeah, we hear you there.
The reason why you see they're trying to get everybody to control them, because when they start controlling us, we will be in deep shit. We will end up in like some of those African countries that have dictator. If you don't do what they tell you to do, you lost your job, you lost your life, you lost your family. What we have to do is just keep focusing, keep our head on. Because if you look at they realize what really happened, and the opposition, what we have to do is imagine that we are in school, and if you have a subject on the board, we have to deal with the subject immediately, because if you take it too long and the teacher erase the subject, everything finish. For instance,
Yep. We hear you, folks. We apologize. We can't take any calls today directly.
Instance, we had those Henry boys was a big subject on the board. We wait till he finish, we can't do nothing. We go to S4E3 that they kill that boy in his sleep. We wait till that finish, he raise off the board, we cannot do nothing. The one that spotting the girl face, we can't do nothing. We waiting too long. We had a big subject on the board with those girls that get born. It already erased, because right now we're thinking about the IUA. Tomorrow morning we wake up is a next problem. We have to try and fight and get out of this shit. All of us have to come together and get out of this shit. Put the ruling government out of office, because they are no good. No good.
All right, we hear you there. Thanks for that contribution. Thank you for that contribution, folks. We regret we can't take any calls directly. Send us a voice note. It's an efficient way in which we can hear the views of all of our listeners and our friends. Do that for us. Our apologies, we can't take any calls directly.
Good afternoon to all the viewers in Ghana here and all the overseas. Sharon, this country is not heading nowhere. And but in front of it says that one Guyana is not one Guyana. It's a trouble Guyana. There's trouble in the PVP
Yep.
government now. And this country in fire. And God will not can help this country. We are the people who have to get the power we have, and we have to know what to do in this country now. We got to like Venezuela soon. Who never went to Venezuela and see what Venezuela give to? I went there and I see what it gives to, and start already. And the next 3 years, it is in this country, in this government here, this country is not heading nowhere. This country going back. Like when me there, like I don't know how to say. And the Chinese people eyes, some of their eyes not opening as yet. The APNU AFC government when they need to going back in power need to change all the constitution of this country. All the constitution need to change in this country, and if they don't change this constitution, this country will remain just like that. We are facing the nation facing
All right, we hear you there. We hear you there. We hear you there. Thanks, my brother. Rhonda, rock and come in.
Gerald, good day. Right now, I'm feeling too good and I'm quite certain. Yeah, you must see near nothing because you don't really like following me. Anyhow,
Yes, the weather.
remember I spoke to you the day of the funeral. Little did I know that the police are gunning for me to pay this $500,000 fine. They hired the jacket, kept it away, and then after 2 months after the prescribed payment date, they bring it up and they were looking to put me in prison with the warrant that they issued for my committal to prison. Anyway, somebody came up and paid the $500,000 on Wednesday. So all day Wednesday now, I was being incarcerated. I come out at around minutes to 4. But to shed light on the different things, and you got to be careful with them because what they do, they hide the jackets when the case is over, and then all of a sudden they appear at your place with the police to cart you up, so you cannot bring out the dirt on them. And when it comes to the people, some that got in fighting within the party, The infighting is bad. But at this crucial time, let us not look at the infighting. Put our votes on local government day towards a new party so that we could have someone to fight for us. Because if the PPP should get all those areas that they are campaigning in, what was PNC, it will be detrimental. We can see it with them taking bulldozers and bulldozing houses, people, babes crying, old people, they're licking out. Where is the mindset of these people? You see, when I talk, the other day I spoke at a meeting at Buxton, and all guns came out blazing at me because I talk about what was being done with bulldozers, throwing people off lands and taking it. And look who is the prospective owner, and look to who they have directed the boom of that dragon line to destroy. The young people, people who take all the goddamn bill houses, but I want y'all. Don't matter, you see, all who been there, it had Americans, it had Indians, it had Africans, all been at the same bottom end of the stick. So I want y'all to know that y'all, you may put on a red shirt, you might get a half box of chow mein with some sausage and some slimy tang drink. And you're boasting how you're going and you will see what you could get from them. When you finish, remember that you're being cast and you will not get anything. So come election day, go and put your X where it matters and help to keep the same infighting PNC in the strongholds where they are. And when we finish with getting back, keeping what we have, we will deal with the infighting. Don't let the infighting deter you from casting your votes. Bye-bye. Sorry, Sherrod, brief. I don't like to double it.
Dip.
But everything that William is saying is quite true. And I brought that up in a program before, that the DNA testing, they got to fly these people in. And if you're to do proper DNA testing on bone fragments, the amount of children that were in the building and the amount to each person, you got to get 206 bones. That is what make up the skeleton of a person. In a newborn, the bones are there, but they would be in a softer formation. And it's 206 bones. So how come from the fire cool down so like the Tuesday, from the Tuesday to the Friday, the Thursday, they get people to do a DNA test to identify all the bones. But what this installed regime is doing, they are taking into consideration that many of these people in the area, not degrading them, may be not so bright. So they might air DNA testing and they might say we're going to get a full deal. But it's a deal where the PPP is hoodwinking and destroying these people more. And because of that, they are messing with the Amerindian psyche to comprehend. Those people there to comprehend all that what is going on with them. And I know that in this time, we all are brothers in this fight and in this struggle. And I know that something will come out and we'll stand with you, our Amerindian brothers, in your time of distress. Because this is your distress. They burn the other place to say, well, look, another place burn and nobody in there. Don't know is to cover off the first one where they burn and kill people. They must evacuate all the children and then set fire to the one at Karasabai. They're good enough to do that and burn an empty building to cover off the one where they burn down with them children inside, and taking a little 15-year-old child to destroy the child. And I understand that that child was being raped and must continuance of a rape and abuse, a sexual abuse by a known person in this society, and there is a mess with the child's psyche. You know what? Nobody near me. Like, get rid of it. Like, done with it. All right, bye-bye.
All right, thanks for your contribution, Rhonda. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Hello, MP Duncan and viewers. It's the Bantu King again.
Go right ahead, Bantu. Go
I
ahead.
just want to touch on that incident at Hillfoot.
Mm-hmm.
First, I with all due respect, I want to thank Mr. Travis Chase. His camera was in the right place at the right time to catch that commando or inspector or whatever he is.
Oh, yes.
Making his evil comments and was making it clear to his superiors, whoever they were on the other end, that whatever they may hear happen after, it wouldn't be on the hands of the Guyana political force, the police force, GPF, whatever they call themselves, Keystone Cops. It won't be on their hands.
Yeah.
So is the green light this individual was seeking to create a massacre on these people in that community. But thank God for Mr. Chase camera, and thank God for him speaking to the commander, basically instantaneously saying to him that you just call these people thugs. And the man turned around and says, no, not he. He would never do such a thing. Instantaneous amnesia.
Yeah.
He has to be off the force. He should resign from the force, or they should just kick him out altogether for what he did. Because God knows that if that camera was not there to capture the entire moment, we would have been listening to or reading a different story today. That's all I got to say.
Yep. Thanks, Bantu. Solid. Thank you. We got a couple more to get through, folks.
Them say we ain't got no bright people in this country. See, we got talent. You see the man go and do research and know something wrong. You can't push off people cheering like the man. You understand? The man totally right, Sherrod. That's why you know the country got bright people, bright accountants and everything. We sharing get free education, you know what I mean? So we bright. But we don't like the fight, man. The nonsense. What are they doing, you know what I mean? And bright people can't sit down all the time and watching nonsense going on around me. You understand? But let it go on. We know we winning.
All right.
Sherrod, good day. I'm Trevor Andrews. I'm calling from way overseas, but I wanted to chime in on this conversation.
Go right ahead.
I honestly think that it starts with the moral and the psyche of our people in general. Our people have been given over to other cultures' ways and ambitions, and as a result, we resent our own. Very infamously said that a nation without roots, a tree without roots, cannot prosper. You see, we settle for the branches in society that revolves around all the little idiotic ideas that being proposed to us from a Western standpoint to change us culturally, to change the dynamic of us spiritually, to change the moral foundation of us so that there would be a gap between us and the understanding of ourselves. And in that gap, that's where we find all the folly that keeps seeping in. The lewd music, the loud cussing, the disrespect and disdain for law, authority, and self, and even culture. And I think when you look at that as a backdrop, you see clearly the direction, the trajectory that it takes when it comes to the state of our people, our current condition. This can be avoided. We've been giving ourselves over to all these other cultures and their ways and their demeanors, all to our detriment. This is the time that Black people need to wake up and realize that it is beyond what you just see with the naked eye. What about the perceptions and the thoughts of the mind that goes beyond this physical cycle that we keep going through over and over again? If we refuse to change this practice of always giving ourselves over to cultural, other cultures' ways and habits and demeanors, there will be no Black culture. And if we're going to preserve ourselves as a culture, it starts with making that step in the right direction. It absolutely starts with making that step in the right direction. But see, we have ways now that allow us and cater for us to foster and pander to the folly, the very same thing that caused our demise. It is a condition that we as Black people have to correct. And as long as we refuse to correct this condition, there will be turmoil. And you know what? We cannot keep blaming it on another race. It's time for us to take accountability for our actions as a people. Think about what we see nowadays and think about what the youths are manifesting. And then we as a nation have to ask ourselves, is that the best that we can do as Black people? Why expect why expect things from others and betterment from others when we're not even starting with the improvement of our own condition? That is my concern. And thank you very much for listening. And I hope that I kind of started a discussion amongst our people. Thank you again, and God bless you. Very good work, by the way.
All right. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that conscious contribution. Thank you.
Sharon, I agree with that last contributor because I was about to ask the same question. People need to stop asking, what is the opposition doing? Because for me, the opposition is 31 MPs, and where are the people? What the people doing? This thing is not about the opposition leader and not about y'all that are the MPs. It's about the Guyanese people. So people need to stop asking the stupid question, what is the opposition doing? Because if they are paying attention and they're focusing, we got Ben Scott, we have your programs, we got Kidaki programs, we got David Hines program, and we got Rickford Burke. Furthermore, we got the two Burkes. Plus you got former MP Broom's program. We got all these programs. And if people take the time out to go on to these programs and follow them, they're going to know and they're going to understand what is going on. And then they will start in their communities and they need to get together and get their bottom-house meetings and get the young people and educate them and stop asking foolishness, what the opposition doing? What are you people doing? That is my great concern. And they sit down and waiting on the international people to help them. Well, God better help all you because they better get up and help themselves before they could get help from America. They want to know what Biden doing. Biden could help them, but they got to help themselves because they're finding time to go to every nasty that party they got about the place, but not to do the right things that is of interest to them. Bye-bye, again.
Look, Sherrod, let me tell you the other thing. I got to come in steady as I remember. You see these crossover people? They're sick in my stomach. Because anyway, it's goodbye to bad rubbish. Because after Mr. Rutherford and the likes of them, where you see run and gone over to the PPP, Mr. Rutherford gone to PPP a long time. I know the long. So with the PPP coming out for advertising now, they're making themselves stupid.
But Mr. Rutherford was an AFC MP, and Mr. Rutherford has never done anything for Linden people because I could remember talking to you already, and he brushed me off. Good. Later. Let me go to the people walk, yeah?
Go to the people walk, Marley. Go to the people
Good
walk.
afternoon.
Greetings.
First time on your program.
Greetings. Go right
We
ahead.
have a thing that we used to say in a deal: eat them out and food them out. 40,000 each child got in a home. Take it, eat them out, and food them out. No damn good.
All right, we hear you there. No damn good. No damn good. Very emphatic. Very emphatic. No damn good.
The election is around the corner.
And you talk, you got to hold it all the time.
Hi, Sherrod. Good day. This
Good
is
day.
what I want to say about the PPP Civic. They are pushing people to the edge because they want an uprising. You see, the election is around the corner, and this is a way of distracting the people by bulldozing those people's houses, taking advantage
Uh-huh.
on them.
Uh-huh.
I hope that Sharon Das is happy because he's the one who started it. It started in Parliament when he walked over and gave them the vote. All these people cries is going to be on them. Those babies who are crying, the little children who is crying, the mothers, the fathers, they are crying because of what they're doing to them. This PPP regime, they are wicked. They were being installed. They were being installed by Sarah Lynch. It was a whole setup thing. Because when I heard Jack Dio said at his rally that when the PNC, when Granger Nagamuti come into your neighborhood, chase them out, they will be undemocratic. How he know that they would have become undemocratic? Because he knew what he was doing. Everything was set up. Everything was set up so that they could win the election. So this is the results. Number two, they just cannot wait for Norton. Mr. Norton is working. The MPs are working. I can see that they're working. But what the people are doing, when there is hits and jam, everybody is out there. The young people by the thousands. And when they have a rally, all you've seen is the elderly people. The young people, they are not taking part. But little do they know that when it all boils down, they are going to be the one that is suffer. We, the older heads, we are on our way out. We're going to end up like 80, where the generation just got to paying back all this money that they're borrowing, these millions and millions and millions of dollars. And as for the PP supporters, if they think that they are going to sit down there and they are going to get the benefit, they lie. Because by then, Jagdio, Nandalad, and Ali, they're all dead and gone. And the young generation that left, both Indian, Amerindian, Black, the few Portuguese, the few whites, and the Chinese, we all gonna suffer because we will have to pay that debt back. And now it's election time. They need to go out and vote. You got to vote these people out. Some of them already saying they ain't voting because the PPP don't win. That is the message the PPP is sending across the road, across to the people of Guyana. They have to go out there and vote. Vote these people out. These people is no good. All they can do is kill, slew, and slaughter. The whole country is in red. Look at the color they have red. Red is danger. Red is blood. Red is nothing good. It's just fires after fire after fire after fire upon my dear land of Guyana. My heart is grieving for my people. I cry day and night. I pray to the Almighty. But prayers without works is nothing. They have to get done. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at the woman on the bus. What's her name again? Yeah, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks said, not today, I'm not getting up. And the
Not
people
today.
rally against it. And today, even to
Not
the same
today.
Indians here in America, they can go on the bus, they can go on the train. Because of who? Because of Sarah Parks. And because of Martin Luther King, Michael, I forget his name, Malcolm X, and those people fought
Not
collaboration in
today.
this country. So Guyanese people could sit down and don't fight. And they're going to go down deeper and deeper and deeper, down in depth. There is where they're going to go. So that is my message for today. Thank you.
Thanks
And
for
you're
your
doing a good
contribution.
job, Duncan. You're
Thanks for
doing
your
a good job. Keep up
contribution.
the good works. God bless you. Bye bye.
Thanks for your contribution, ma'am. Thank you so much. We going down, folks. We almost there, the finish line. Good. So please, no more voice notes. Let's just conclude what we have here. Thanks to all the persons who already sent us a voice note. Here you go.
Yeah, sure, it's me again. You know, the word of God says righteousness exalts a nation,
Mm-hmm.
but sin is a reproach to any people. I have lived 6 decades and change, and put aside the first five, put aside the first decade. For 50 something years, I've watched this country. Instead of getting better, things have become worse. And with this PPP government in power, it's only the merciful hands of Almighty God with good intercession that
Mm-hmm.
can take us out of this insanity,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
deliver us from this evil. Yes, it's only the merciful hands of Almighty God.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I remember in the word of God when the children of Israel, they murmured and they grumbled and they said they wanted a king. We the Guyanese, we had David, you know, we had a David, we had David Granger, a decent man, a man of integrity and honesty, a man of high caliber. But we didn't want that. We didn't want that. We want the lawlessness. And I really don't want to use some words on this voice note, but we want the lawlessness. We stink, wicked, stink, and dirty. Yes. In the last days, men shall call evil good and good evil. And God gave the Israelites a king. His name was Saul. You know they could handle it? They could not handle him because he was so evil, so wicked. And that is exactly what is happening in our nation today. Yes, the crowd that said Granger is this and Granger is that. I've heard with my own ears people talk against President Granger when he was in power. They make us come out, I can vote for PPP because of blah, 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 blah. And this is what they're getting. Now, every home actually is weeping and mourning, if not for themselves, for a
Gnashing of
loved
teeth.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Every home. Look at this spate of killings, murder, suicide. Now we're coming up with a new thing. Bodies left in homes to be decomposed. Bodies seeing corruption to be into the ground. And it's seeing corruption. People can't see. Guyanese is a nation of blind people.
Mm-hmm.
What madness is this? People living in homes with their loved ones dead and smelling stink, and they mean, somebody tell me, help me. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Is this the way God designed for us to live, for us to be? You're living in the house, you got your lover, look, a mother and a daughter, pretty little 30-year-old girl, she gonna drink poison and get you picnic. What is going on? And so many more.
Yeah.
So many more. I've been doing a census taking in my little corner of the multitude of suicides and murders and accidents. And oh, God help us. And all them idols and statues that they put up all over the place. You know what one of the commandments said? Thou shalt worship no other God but me, for I am a jealous God. And unless unless we rise up like Esther and declare if we perish and take the street. Yes, regardless of who come with their gun or who come, we serve a God. As long as you stand for righteousness, He's on your side. He is on your side. The Chinese are too timid, and you know what? We selling me birthright for a bowl of soup. Like Esau. Selling it for scrappy 20,000, a scruffy 40. I listened to the other one. I won't even call your name. We are giving every child 40,000. Like if there's any big money now in Guyana. When a pound of plantain is 40,000. You could only buy a pound of plantain or a pound of sugar. We're going to buy with 40,000. Not like in my time. 40,000 was big money. And if you got 10 children, you can get 400,000. Oh, really? How much is the rent? How long 400,000 will last? A whole heap of lawlessness, but God is watching, and nothing is going unpaid. And the cries of the oppressed is being heard by Him, and He answers the cries of the oppressed. And all them blood we see running the streets, like Abel blood, it's speaking from the ground. They're speaking from the ground. They're crying from the ground, and God is hearing, and He's going to pour out His judgment. But I pray that even in His wrath, that you would have mercy in Jesus' name.
All right, all right. Can I add anything to that? Thank you so much for that, Anne. I'll take them a chest. Thank you so much for that. And folks, we winding down. Stay with us for a few minutes longer. We're winding down. I want to make sure that we play all that was sent because we want to honor our contributors in that way. Folks, don't send any more voice notes. Thank you very much. We're almost at the finish line.
Good day, Brother Sherrod. Good day, good day, good day. Let me say
Good
my
day,
piece.
Ricardo.
That all those who following the PPP, I want y'all to know that the PPP y'all following is not the PPP of Dr. Chedi Jagon. This PPP we see y'all following is a PPP led by the most evilest politician that could ever grace the shores of Guyana, Barrow Jack Dio. Y'all check the stats and y'all see if people like Chedi Jagon, Bornum, Desmond Height, even we name Donald Ramatar, any one of them leaders, them president could ever come close to Barrow Jack Dio or any politician. Check and see if any y'all get take for a second of y'all thoughts and be balanced and see if there's any evil politician that ever grace this earth called this part of the earth called Guyana that is ever evil more than Barrow Jack Dio. Is the biggest devil we ever get as a politician for grace this earth. And let me tell all y'all something where you see supporting people, are you jumping in red jersey, are you dog, are you jumping in red jersey, if you say, but y'all following PPP, y'all are following PPP, y'all trying to shore up, we are doing shore up Barrow Jack Dio because nothing you don't have when it on the resume when it comes to leading this country is because everything on the fail. Every single thing under him failed. Under he the worst tragedies ever could happen to Guyana is under by Jack Dio, the most evilest thing. And y'all were finally y'all wicked. Are you stink? Are you dirty? Are you nasty, Pat Green? Are you mind nasty? Are you dirty? Just like how are your face look? Are you nasty and are you dirty? Imagine we got wealth. Hey, look the type of wealth we got. And y'all just imagine if everybody decide for stand, now with no guns, now with tearing down one another, just stand up for the truth, stand up for the right, and see if Barrow Jack Dio could go on with the nonsense we see going on with. But because y'all choose to be selfish and are you greedy, because I is selfish and I is so greedy, I mind how much y'all own, I throw under the bus. Y'all don't mind how much y'all own, y'all throw under the bus. Are you like dog? Are you like hyena praying after the we Amerindian brothers and sisters? Them, are you kill them? Are you kill them out? Kill them out, and then not one of you want to take the blame. Oh, are you so nasty? Oh, are you so dirty? Then got no wicked. Then got no wicked politician that ever graced this earth that is as wicked and as dirty and nasty like Barra Jagdeo. But let me tell you, Guyana would never ever see peace because peace is not of Barra Jagdeo. But Guyana would never see peace, and we would always, and you know what, when we're gonna always keep fighting and keep being corrupt. Exxon Mobil feeling good. Them is the ones who like they like them kind of scene. That's why they could choose people like Barra Jagdeo. That's why they could help for rig an election for people like Barra Jagdeo because they know they've got to get a satanic forces, an evilous person for do what they want to do, and no other than Barra Jagdeo. You see face, you see condition, you see the looks, you see the looks of he and people like Nandalal. When you watch them, you see sheer evil in the face, wicked, stink and dirty, nasty. Barra Jagdeo, you're dirty, your mind bad, your mind stink, and bad gonna reach you. You're gonna hide when bad reach you. You're not gonna be able to come out to tell people about the bad gonna reach you. And all right thinking Guyanese must be able to pray that bad reach Barra Jagdeo. Enough bad must reach you. That donkey big money must be able to save you, wicked, stink, and dirty dog.
All right, we hear you, Ricardo. Thanks for your contribution. Thank you.
Sure, and the whole country have the PPP flag flying. The whole country get it from Georgetown to come to Skellen. The PPP flag flying all over in the country. The PPP flag. That money you ain't got to make flag. When they give a poor man make a house or look after the poor people house in Buruza.
Because they're not about that. They're not about that. Our penultimate contribution, folks. Our penultimate contribution. Thank you. Don't send them more. Penultimate contribution.
Hi, good afternoon, Sherrod.
Greetings.
Good
Greetings.
afternoon to all listeners.
Greetings.
Right now, every time I listen to certain statement and certain situation that going on in Guyana, my blood boil. To know, for instance, yesterday when that officer of the law denied that he ever said anything of the sort of calling those guys thugs, when he was live saying it, then look at the situation. He want the approval to shoot people down. He want the approval to take care of business, to take care of the thugs. Really and truly, Guyana is going nowhere under these people. These people want a riot, I guess, in Guyana. I can't see nothing more because every time you turn, there is some sort of hate against our people. Guyana, do Guyana have democracy? I can remember in the election how these people come out in forces, guardian of democracy. What happened to the guardian of democracy now? Is they gone overseas?
They get buyout.
These people gone overseas? The people that know what's going on in Guyana no more? But guess what? All of them sit down and inheriting the good life that the PPP have for half of them. So they can't come out and say anything now. Now for them is beg me. As the old people used to say, you beg me, You can't talk against me because you beg me. It's a countryman speaking that living overseas. I don't give a shit. You understand? These people got it stage that, okay, you come, you want to help, I'm going to give you a help. But you know what you got to do.
Talk to us. Talk to
And
us.
that's what they depend. You understand? All of them that run towards PPP, them is set of fools. Because PPP don't trust them. They will never trust them. They're going to get them to do dirty work. They're going to get them to pull out some of the innocent people who are vulnerable to come and vote for them. That's what's going on. I'm tired of the bull. But anyway, Guyana is going nowhere. Guyana is going nowhere. I got friends and family who would love to come home. And a lot of them came home back in 2015, 16, and all them time when the government was different and feel secure. But not now. People don't feel secure. It's all about all where you could get and all where you could earn under the PPP. They don't give a damn about the future of the people in Guyana. And I could see it. I don't have to come and say, well, okay, I'm lying about what I see. I come Guyana every damn year. And I know what's going on. It's crazy. So all them who jump ship, stay on the ship. When the ship's sinking, stay on the ship.
Other brother, thank you very much. And finally, folks, finally. Thanks, our brother. Thanks for the contribution. Finally.
Good afternoon, Sherrod.
Greetings. Good afternoon.
I want to make a comment on the
Go right ahead, Charles.
state of affairs in the People's National Congress. Now, this party is the People's National Congress. It is not Granger National Congress, Harmon National Congress, Norton National Congress, or anybody else National Congress. Mr. Norton is the leader of the People's National Congress. The members elected him leader. He said he's going to make an effort to unite the party. Mr. Harmon said that if Mr. Norton wins, he's going to give support to Mr. Norton. This nonsense needs to stop. And I'm calling on David Granger, Joe Harmon, Amna Halley, Van West Charles, all of them who are in senior positions in this party, get your supporters together and let this be the People's National Congress once again. We cannot go into an election with the party divided and expect to win. The other thing is we need to focus on the youth. We know more or less where the seniors' vote lies. But the youth are the one the government targeting and bribing them. We need to get to the youth. Bring this party back to where it was so that we can be victorious at any election. We need to be united. We need to be united. Thank you.
All right, my brother. That's it, folks. That's it. So we can't take any calls live. I think we've gone through 24 or so for the afternoon. Thank you so much for all who sent in a contribution and made our program the special program it was. Thanks to each and every one of you. Differing views across the board. Differing views across the board. Thank you, each and every one of you. That's going to do it for us. That's going to do it for us today. We're going to see it on our final program later on in the evening. But thanks for joining our podcast, Below the Belt. Open mic Fridays, folks, is our open mic day. And if something interesting happens during the week, sometimes we open the mic during the week too. But Fridays is our specific program. I know I got a lot of lashes from Rhonda, who says, have the open mic. People have things to say. Thank you, Rhonda, and all the other folks who keep encouraging us. And thank you all. Thank you all of you who support our programs. I saw somebody reminding folks, keep sharing off the streets. And there's only one way we can do it, folks. Partner with us. Send us a fine change. A fine or a fat change to keep us going. You can message us via the same number the contributions were sent, and we can tell you how. We don't have that graphic to put up immediately. But if you message us on the very same number, we can tell you how. We are available via Cash App and Zelle and PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union, you name it, all for your convenience. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you guys later in the evening. Stay safe out there. That's it. Thanks to all of our contributors and you, the listeners around the world. Thank you so much. Stay safe.